Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's me, your old pal, Orpheus, and we're here with Blade and Sorcery on another edition of the wonderful Orpheus Plays. Now, if you're just tuning in for the first time, or you saw Blade and Sorcery on the title, and you searched it here, and here you are. Hi, how you doing? Don't tune away just yet. Hold on. This is not your typical channel where I just mindlessly beat things up. Now, those are cool, all right? But here, we have some silly stories. They're cool stories, sometimes they're a little weird, sometimes they're a little personal, and everything in between. Now, if you're still with me, ask the other people who watch this channel down below if you want, and people that watch this channel, maybe kind of leave a little comment below. This is not your typical channel. I'm not going to bore you. I'm not going to tell you about dumb things that no one cares about. I mean, unless you don't care about what I'm talking about. Other than, there we go. But, with all that said, hi, how you doing? My name's Orpheus. I'll be the murderer today. In our wonderful marketplace here, looks like they tried to set up a Ren fair and then, everyone was evacuated because they saw that I was coming. Anyway, I hope you're doing well today, wherever you are. Yes, you. I actually care. I'm one of those people that I'm just getting started here. So if you're in the future and you saw this, you'll start to see the appreciation snowball rolling. Okay? I really enjoy that you guys are here. I really care about you guys. And words can't express it. Okay, now that I'm all verklempt and everything, let's go with what we're doing today. We're playing Relentless mode. This is the bandits. Apparently they've had enough, and they're going to bombard me. So I guess they're, going to drop things on me with birds or something? Oh, well. So stick with me. We'll get things started. Oh, yeah. Another day. Another great one for murder. I always like just generally abusing the digital people. Let's do a little Hulk strong. Oh, my God. You're already started. Oh. Well, normally I do a slow motion kill of the day, and that was kind of an accident Jackie Chan moment right there. Oh, good Lord. What is going on? Okay. Here's the... Oh, clumsy man. Here's the patented Orpheus difference. As it's all clumsy and shit. Oh, no, I just swore. There we go. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm hopefully has stopped listening by now. Anyway... I try to do a little bit of, I don't know. I try to be as, awesome as I can, but you might notice that I'm not dying, and the reason for that is I put God mode on. Now, why? Why would you do that, Orpheus? This is not a very good challenge. I do this for fun. I'm not here for the realistic, I'm a medieval swordsman. I don't do it for that. I do it to entertain. Not just you guys. I do it to entertain myself. Yep. So what do we talk about today? I don't know. I was just thinking, there's all these new places in town, and maybe in your town too, where there's oh, that didn't work very well. Where there's these new maid services that pop up, and they're all over the place. It's people. I know a few people that have started their own here in this town, and it's is there that much of a need for people to take care of things for you? I don't know. I understand we all have kind of complicated lives now, and don't worry, I'm not going into any of that drama, political. I will not talk about news or current events unless it's unavoidable, an asteroid is coming towards us. Then at that point, I'll probably be like, hey guys, so what do you think about the asteroid? We're all going to die in about 6 months. Anyway. So don't worry about that. But do we really need people to come into the house and clean up? By the way, that concept always kind of weirds me out. Someone that you may or may not know very well, at least for the first couple of times, right? Little flick, there we go. That's coming into your house and they're doing stuff just cleaning up, and you hear all these horror stories, right? About. And I don't want to call them maids anymore, because that's not really what it is, right? It's more like a domestic assistant now. If you have an executive assistant, people want their kids taken care of. Oop, that one looked like it hurt. All right. But yeah, they take care of their kids, they walk their dogs, they clean the house. So I guess I don't get it. Oh, are we gonna dance? Nope, he's coming now. He wanted to just show off a little bit. And so will I. Ha-ha! My turn. Ooh. There we go. Ooh. So we're gonna call the pit the Brad again today. Oop, no, that didn't work. Oh, into the Brad with you. There you go. But that was making me think. That just reminded me. So, here comes another dumb Orpheus story. Oh boy. When I was what was this? Just out of college, there was this really weird part in my life where I just kind of floated around, like, and I remember, like, okay, so I have a traumatic brain injury, so sometimes the details of things for like uneventful things, like years, where I know that I lived in like 6 different apartments in like a whole bunch of different places, right? But I damned if I could tell you who I lived with and where they were, like in relation to where like my folks lived or something like that. I don't know why I was there. I don't know the circumstances that I moved in with these people. I remember odd things like, for one of the places okay, so there was like a pantry, and it had, you know, the doors like you guys probably have in your closet. You pull the knob and the 2 like doors fold out like that, right? Or they fold together out as I hit my controller. We had one of those. There was probably like, it was just big enough to fit a full-size bed into. When I say just big enough, I'm not kidding. I mean, like, the bed was touching the walls on all sides. And that was my bedroom in an apartment for like, I think like 6 months or something. And I don't know why I was living in a closet. Why you know? But I was living in a closet. And then, for some reason, I lost that one. And I had met this girl. God, where did I meet her? I think I met her at like a mall or something. By the way, hey kids, malls are these places. Never mind, I'm kidding. In some places in the country, though, it's like, what's a mall? Like, why would you go somewhere to shop? I have my computer. But like, I think I met her at a mall. It was like an upscale mall, right? My folks were not. My folks were wealthy, but don't hold that against me. I am totally not. I have abandoned my family in all ways. And I make a living like an honest man. And at least that's now. But back then, I met this girl. And she was like this exotic, dark beauty, right? Someone that I normally did not go for. My type normally back then was like kind of wispy and gothy, but I was very open. I don't know. I wasn't like really, you know what I mean? Like, God, I don't sound weird here. It's just like, I wasn't into the exotic, like, island girls and ones from, like, Czechoslovakia and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the ones that have a wonderful ethnic flavor. I had dated German girls before. I had dated Asian girls before. I had dated basically everyone. And it just turned out, like, my parents were not very accepting of many things. And so when it came down to me dating, like, other than the norm, and again, this sounds horrible, but like, my generation did this stuff, and I'm like totally ashamed of it because I am so not into that. But when I was living with my folks, which I went back to their place, which, you know, shame of all shames on that one. Hold on, people need apple. But like, when you're living there, you don't have a choice, right? It's like being in high school. Come, you're screwing up my little bit here. Here, take the apple. Yes. But like, when you're living at home, you got that like whole rules thing. Okay, well, even though I was like in my mid to late 20s or something. Did he break his neck? No, he did not. Yes, he did. Okay, sweet. So I was living at home and I met this girl, and she's, you know, mysterious, and like she dresses really, really fancy, and she, I get to talking to her, and I ended up walking her out to her car, and like she drove a brand new BMW, and like she was my age, and it's hanging out at the mall all day when, if you have that much money when you're young, there's only a couple possibilities, right? You're either like a model or something, or you have some, high-paying jet. Wow, Hulk strong. You either have that, or you have a rich family. So she invites me over. God, I just kept hearing that guy tumble off in the distance. Slow motion in the... Nope. Oh, that hurt. My turn. Oh, wow. Never had a punch in the balls hurt so much. Anyway, so I get to talking to her, and she invites me out on a date. I'm like, back then, that's a little forward. And I put a bucket on my head. Oop, nope, it's gone. But that was like a little forward, at least for me. I have great difficulty figuring out if someone likes me or dislikes me or whatever. A little bit of autism, a little bit of the brain damage. I've mentioned this before. It's a phenomenon. Into the Brad with you. And so she was like heavy hitting on me. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, so I guess this girl really likes me. Well, again, this is the first time that a girl's really done this for me. Mostly I had gone after the people that I wanted to date. Because, again, I didn't know if they liked me or flirted with me. Into the Brad with you. Hey! Kick! I need a weapon. What am I doing? I'm just, like, judo flipping these people. Ah! Anyway, where are you? So she's really aggressive. And I'm, starved for attention, because at that point I had been broken up with one girlfriend, and I was like, I'm living with my parents, so I can't date while I'm living with them. Imagine bringing someone home to my folks at this house. Oh my God, that would be awful. It's awkward with normal parents, and my parents were really frigging strict. So start dating her, and it turns out she's Persian, which is it's kind of like a general location on the globe. It's like a genetic people, you know what I mean, like Asian sort of thing. And that's why she was so like exotic and everything. And I'm like, well, she's mysterious. I like her, kind of. I don't know what's going on. She's hitting on me real hard. So she starts inviting me over to her house to hang out. And I thought my parents had a big house, right? Like it was 1, 2, 3 bedrooms and like 4 baths, and like it had an upstairs and a downstairs. Well, this girl's like, here's directions to my house. And I drive, and I start driving into like the better part of town than we lived in. And I'm like, wow, okay. And then I drive into the gated community where her place was, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I pull up to the house, and I'm like, wow, that's a big house. Like, the whole front was basically like this. I mean, it wasn't the medieval, but it's like this kind of big. Like, wow, okay. So her parents kind of liked me, kind of didn't. They were weirded out that I was like this, little white kid, and anyway, I was too American for them, right? Because I think at that point, what was I driving? Oh, I was being punished at that point by my folks. So I was driving like a 1983, what was it, a Chevette? Yeah, it was an 83 Chevette. That thing was a piece of junk. Anyway, I pulled that up outside her house and like parked next to her BMW. And her parents are just like, who's this you brought over? Like, what? Well, he's dressed nice, but he drives a car that looks like he stole from a homeless guy. So anyway, she lived on her own. She just had me come over to her house to meet her folks, hang out with her sisters and stuff. Big family. Oh no, medieval curb stomp. Eesh. So it turns out she's got her own apartment, and we're dating about like a month, maybe. And suddenly she goes, you live with your parents. Are you miserable? And this at all, when you talk to someone, when you talk to someone when you're dating, and this stuff comes out. So she knew I was miserable at home. She goes, you know, do you want to live with me? I'm like, yeah, that would be actually pretty sweet. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you got this new girlfriend who's completely rich. My family hates me. I can hang out with her, and, you know, wow, we can go have fun and stuff. This would be really neat. So I go and I move into her apartment. It's this one-bedroom place. But it's pretty big, you know. It's like a decent-sized apartment, of course. And she had this obsession with Stargate. I remember that. We used to watch it, like, almost constantly. She had all the DVDs, and we used to watch that all the time. Even while we were, you know, kind of... that was awkward. Like having... Stargate on in the background while you're bumping uglies, as it were. But anyway, so, you know, another few weeks go by, and we're hanging out, and she's like, she had these really weird tastes in the bedroom. Like, she would want to role play, and, you know, I get spicing things up a little. But, like, she'd come in and pretend she was a cop and throw me down, and I'm like, wait, you know, I'm like, I'm still having dinner. And she's like, you know, there's no talking. Like, no talking, prisoner. Like, that sort of thing. Ooh, gotcha. Landed on you. Ooh, no, come here. Hey. He's confused. But, like, the role-playing that she wanted to do was always, like, I'm the one who's the sub, the simp, right? And I started to notice this trend, and I'm like, huh, you know, does she see me as like some sort of, I don't know, like toy? And then a couple days later, she bought me a beeper or a pager, which is, you know, again, I've gone into this headshot, juggle. I've gone into this concept before of the pager. In case you don't know what it is, it's kind of like just a thing that receives numbered text messages, right? So someone beeps you, comes up with whatever number they typed in, and then it's, call me back. Okay. Well, she got me a beeper, and it started to turn into, like, if I went somewhere to hang out with, I don't know, a friend of mine in town, or went to go grab some stuff from my house or whatever, she would page me. And she'd be like, you know, hey, where you at? And I go, you know, I'm downtown having a drink with friends. Oh, no, you need to come back home right now. I'm horny. And I'm like, okay. and maybe once or twice, you know, is hot. Someone says, you know, come on home. I want to get a little frisky with you, right? That's kind of cool. Well, this turned into like twice a day sometimes, and it was like, you know, come home now, little man toy. I need service, you know. It's like she was ordering pizza, you know. Like, so I'd go and, you know, deliver the pizza, as it were, and it just kept going on and on like this for weeks. And then it started to turn into like her going, you know, I want you to cook and clean, and there's no more maid. I used to have a maid, but I got rid of the maid, and you're gonna be the one that takes care of things now. I'm like, oh, no, that's not happening. Because, you know, I had stuff to do. She expected me now to stay home all the time. And, like, you know, in my 20s, give me a break, man. I'm a house husband now. I'm good with it right now. It's perfect, you know. My wife goes and she works really hard, and I respect that so much, and I love her for it. But I'm the one that takes care of things here at home. Well, back then, it's like, no, screw you, lady. I want to go party and stuff. But she started going, you know, you're going to clean the house, and you're going to take care of everything. And then I realized she was my sugar mama, right? The concept was very weird to me, because it's like, I came from a wealthy family, she was in a wealthy family, and so I'm like, no, I think this might be over. And she goes, oh, well, that's a shame, because my parents have an extra BMW for you if you want to drive it. I'm like, oh, boy. I mean, my want to drive a BMW slightly overrode the need to get the hell away from this crazy woman. So I stayed with her a few more weeks. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you're all groaning right now. Well, I did. I couldn't help it. And yeah, it went on. It got a little worse for a few more weeks. And then I was just finally like, nope, no more. Can't do it. I refuse to continue to be your man toy. Oh, no. Jeez, this is getting rough. God. Here, everybody gets an apple. So yeah, that's the story of my Persian sugar mama. It was a weird time in my life, and I hope nothing ever happens to me like that again. Here, come here. I know she's very resistant. Come here, into the bread. Oh, she didn't want to. Here. There you go. Have an apple. The second one. You're greedy. Into the bread. Yeah, that's the story of that. Hey, if you got any comments or requests or anything like that, and I'm doing the radio thing again. Hey, if you got any comments, leave them in the Anyway, you know what to do. Do the YouTube thing. If you liked it, like it and subscribe. And, I don't know, make a comment and all that stuff, then YouTube knows that'll be a fun video for other people to watch. Goes to recommended, you know all this stuff. Why am I telling you? Anyway, this has been another episode of Orpheus Plays. Dude, with Blade and Sorcery. This is getting awkward. I better cut it now before it wastes me. We'll see you next time. Bye.